Show us the edge. Yes. The chip on the shoulders, the fight and the passion that comes from within. Whoa. Try to win on every level. Yeah. Expectations high. Gotta show them you can fly. Play harder, better, smarter. Baby, put the league on notice. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah, yeah. Whoa, done seen the walk of shame enough. Wanna see the walk of winning, time to come up and bring out the outlaws. Don't every play, every possession. How bad you want it, love, you want it all. This ain't a blood of love, built for something greater. Attacking all obstacles, coming for the ring, my precious. You got the juice, the will, the heart, the fire. Show 'em the proof, show 'em that it shall be done. Show me the edge, yeah, yeah, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
I loved our start to the game, our first half. We know the formula. It's exactly what I told our guys in the locker room. We have it, and we can't get bored with executing over and over again. And we're coming out of halftime, and we're sloppy, and we're flat, and it's like we almost feel like we've done enough. We have it, especially against a good team, great team that the Nuggets have been. So a lot of good in the first half. We have to clean up the second half for sure.
A silver lining, the play of Jordan Hawkins tonight in the starting lineup. What did you see out of his game? Where did he find all those opportunities?
He's fearless. When he's open, he's going to shoot it. He's aggressive. And the beauty in it is that Brandon, Z, all his teammates, Larry, they're looking for him. And to have the floor space for those guys with moving and cutting and player movement, ball movement is beautiful to watch. We just got to do it for 48 minutes.
What did you feel like the formula was for you guys in the first half? Why'd you guys score 71?
Well, first we got stops. We rebounded the ball, which allows us to get out and play. And then any time that they scored, we executed in the half court. That's the formula. We have to be better on the defensive side first. They had 64 points in the paint. That's not good enough. We have to come up with those 50-50 sort of loose balls, offensive rebounds. We can't allow those guys to continue to get second chance points. Not as many tonight as it has been against Golden State and Atlanta, but our sense of urgency to execute in the second half has to be better.
You mentioned just kind of being lackadaisical coming out of the locker room consistently in the third quarter. I guess what's the solution just to make sure your team kind of has the right mindset starting that third quarter?
We'll figure it out. It's I'm not concerned at all. It's just sometimes teams go through this where they're trying to figure out each other, and we're doing it in the first half, so we know we have the capability now. We just have to sustain it for 48 minutes.
We saw Herb be a little dinged up there. Then how is he doing?
So far, I don't know much in terms of like how he's doing. He finished the game, looked like he was fine, but we'll get him checked out and see if he's okay for sure.
With Zion being able to get 9 assists tonight, you talked about just him and BI needing to do a little bit more creating without CJ. What did you see from those two in that aspect of their games?
They were really good in the first half. We trusted each other. Guys were moving. The ball was popping. We were getting open looks. It opened the lane up for those two guys. And in the second half, we just got stagnant. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Much love to the flock. Coach Willie says that he's not concerned. I can tell you what, I got plenty of concern. We got a lot of basketball going this year, man, but let me tell you, not very happy about this performance. Pelicans in this one, you can see
Certainly, you got to be happy about something about this performance.
Pelicans annihilated DC by the Nuggets 134 to 116. They put up 70 plus points on this team in the second half. The Pelicans, weak garbage time quarters, the third quarter, they allowed 40 points to be scored in the third quarter. That set the tone for the second half. An embarrassment of a game. We don't play half games. We got to play full games. That's how we beat teams. Of course, this is defending world champions, man. They showed you, even without Jamal Murray, DC, a dude named Strother came off the bench who averages 4 points a game, put 21 points up on the Pelicans, 5 3-pointers from downtown to help run the Pelicans' ass out of there. And, of course, they'll head to Minnesota next to see if they can break this 2-game slide. So welcome in, family. I hope to give you a big spiel like that. But you've seen this basketball game. You've seen it. This is subpar basketball at the ultimate level. Shout out to you guys. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and by all means, feel free to share the shows. Links on your social media feed. The Pelican Post Game Report, #1 independent Pelican podcast is in the building. We recapping this atrocity. This atrocity, man. DC, welcome on in, bro. Man, listen, man. Let's kind of
just call it what it was, man. It was a murder. Talking about atrocity. We got killed. We got killed with a T.
How about using Johnson type words? You know, you don't say how it is. A T is a F.
Wait, what?
A T is like a F. It's like instead of Smith, it's Smith. You know. Anyway,
I was happy about that ball popping, like Willie said.
Yeah,
you know, that was good. But other than the first half was. It's something to look forward to, man. Very exciting to see that. So I get what Coach says, like, they can do it, but it just seems to me, can't blame it on the altitude. We in Denver, they got tired landing. I don't want to hear that. This has been an ongoing theme all season so far. We're completely just horrible in third quarters, man. It's almost like, hey, the team sees what we're doing, and we come out third quarter, we can't do it no more. Right. And we don't find something else we could do. So we gotta get that, man, and do like Lexxah said, we gotta play with an edge,
yeah, you're right.
Hawk was out there, man.
Ain't no edge was played by
on fire, man, and he was giving a lot of energy and effort. You had other guys as well. Herb gonna always bring it, but just looking at Zion and BI, sometimes it just looks like they going through the motions, and I think that rubs off on the rest of the team, man. Neither one of them had a particularly great night. In my opinion, BI looked a little worse than Zion, even though his numbers were kind of better. But you can't just go out there, man, and not want it. You're not scoring, that's one thing, but a lot of people gonna be like, oh, we lost this game because of this or because of that. In my opinion, we lost this game because of defense.
All right. Well,
we scored enough points. We were able to do enough, man. Defensively, we couldn't get it going, bro. And they got whatever they wanted in the second half, man. We ain't stopped nothing.
All right, we're going to go over the team stats momentarily. Let's flash to Zion Williamson's interview and see what he thought about the game. Here we go, fam.
About it.
What did you think about Jordan Hawkins tonight in the starting lineup?
Like I say, I always have high praise for Jordan. A rookie that comes in with that type of confidence, especially against a team like that, that's big time. But if we want to be great, we gotta finish the games up.
Did you feel like, we asked you the other night, hey, what's going on in the third quarter? You pointed towards the defense. Did you think it was the defense again tonight? Just what did you see in the third overall there?
Transition defense. And we gotta, as much as we rebound in the first half, we gotta continue that in the second.
And how do you think that gets better for this team?
If you wanna be one of those great teams, you gotta do it on a consistent basis throughout the whole game. That's just simple as that.
How much do you think that some kind of affected you in the second half?
I'm not gonna put nothing on my thumb. I can't do that.
And I guess just how much does it kind of change things for you having Jordan out there, just the threat he presents, and it seems like you really trust him a lot, making those quick passes to him?
And it is big time because you got to respect a shooter like that. So when Jordan's hitting like that, it definitely opens up the game for me and Bi.
What's it like watching him just hit those deep shots with guys all over him?
I mean, that just shows his confidence, and I mean we trust him to shoot those shots. So like I said, for him to be able to do that, especially this early in the season, is big time.
How tough was it to hear news about CJ?
That's one of those things where, me and C talked about it, and it's one of those, just take care of yourself, brother. We'll be here.
And for you had 9 assists tonight. Coach talked about you and BI taking on a little bit more playmaking with CJ out. How much do you think that's going to be important for you moving forward with him out of the line?
I mean, the more me and BI play make, the more the game opens up for us in terms of scoring. And then also it gives our teammates confidence, knowing that we trust them.
Around the team, what do guys like you have to do more of with CJ not around? Because he's such a leadership voice.
Like I said in the beginning of the season, I'm still learning to be a leader. So I'm still kind of taking that back seat to like JV, BI, Larry, and CJ. So I think definitely with those guys, with the experience they got, the wisdom they got, I think it's going to be big for us while CJ's going.
All right, thanks. Thank you.
Guys, enjoy your night.
All right, let's switch on, man. Man. Anyway, let's move on to the statistics, fam. We're gonna bring Lexxah and have her to chime in on the team stats, and we're gonna move this thing along. What do I start? 134 to 116 Pelicans go down. They look promising early on, but it just shows you it's a full game, not a half a game. Pelicans 45 of 90. They shot 50% from the field, 13 of 30 from downtown for 43.3%. They were 13 of 15 from the foul line for almost 87%. Denver Nuggets 51 of 95 for almost 54%. They were 15 of 39 from downtown, 38.5%, 17 to 23 from the foul line, 74%. They had 45 rebounds to 38 rebounds by the Pelicans, 11 offensive rebounds by the Nuggets versus 8 by us. 37 assists, almost 40 assist game versus 24 by the Pelicans. 6 all with the steals. The blocks went to the Nuggets 2-5-2. 13 turnovers by the Pelicans versus 10 by the Denver Nuggets. 13 points off versus 22 points off versus 13 off by the Nuggets. It's just amazing. 16 to 13 was the fast break points. Pelicans plummeled in the paint. 64 to 46. And like we said, Pelicans had a lead as much as they had a 20-point lead and then ultimately disappeared in the second half, never to see it again. 18 points. It just all went to hell in the handbasket for the Pelicans, and they dropped 2 straight. Let's these statistics right here. Talk to me about what you see.
Whew, a tale of 2 halves. It seemed like they had a better effort on the boards, but then when you look at the numbers, it's like, I think really most of this, it's just in the second half, man. It's like, we really can't make a huge assessment because they played actually well in that first half. And I see a lot of similarities with this game and the Warriors game, because against the Warriors in the first half, they played very well. And in that second half, it's like, what happened? Why did you all stop playing? Or where was the energy and the effort? The 3-point shooting was is actually getting better. I was impressed with that. I don't know, the points in the paint. I guess when you look at the, just the disparity in the rebounds, I mean, it kind of shows in the points in the paint, because obviously they were getting more of those rebounds than the Pels were.
I don't know. I mean, the free throws were actually look good. 86.7%. But really, I don't even think this game really is. It's not even on like the stats because they're inconclusive. Because the halves were just it was just two different entities. So I don't know if anything really sticks out more so than the other because I mean you really can't praise a whole lot. But I don't know, man. I really want them to put all four quarters together, not just one quarter, not two quarters, not 3 quarters or 3.5 quarters. Just put this thing all together. Like have some consistency in the energy and the effort. Those things go a long ways. Even if the chemistry is not the best. But that's basically what I see with all this.
Yeah, man, I don't know what to. I mean, it's intriguing. It's interesting all at the same time to watch how the Pelicans, man. I mean, they showed so much promise in that first half. Like, man, we about to just do something with this Nuggets team, and it all goes to hell, man. So, it's just insane, man. It's just insane how they show you these two different things in the same damn game, and it's the same annoying quarter. It's the same thing every game. It's that damn third quarter where we it's not like they get outscored by 2 or 3 points. We got, like I said, I'm gonna say it for the third time in the show. The guy Strother or whatever his damn name is, Strother. The dude averages 4 points a game. He lit the Pelicans up for 20 what was it? 21 points, 5 of 9 shooting from downtown. Some dude off the bench who averages 4 points lit the Pelicans ass up. So I mean, it just took away what Hawks was doing, what Hawkeye was doing, just took it away from him. I mean, his 30 points and his 7 3-pointers, it was all for naught in a losing effort. So I mean, let's hit these individual statistics, DC, because I'm gonna give you opportunity to chime in, my brother. I know you want to say a few things. Hawkins led the team, man. We led into it 31 points in 38 minutes. 10 of 9 from the field, 7 of 4 from downtown. The dude was cooking. He had 7 boards, 3 assists, 4 or 5 from the charity stripe. Ingram, 22 points in 35 minutes. He was involved. I've seen several plays where he had some hero ball going on. 10 of 22 from the field. Him and Zion had the same amount, 10 of 22 for both of them, except BI was 0 for 4 from downtown. He finished with 22 points, 5 assists, and a couple of boards. He had 5 turnovers in the game. 20 points for Zion. A very boring, non-effective 20 points from Zion Williamson in 36 minutes. 10 rebounds, 9 assists, almost a triple-double, but very boring, almost triple-double. I'm sorry. For most people, that looks like something, but that today it just didn't look like. I mean, I don't know. Just didn't look good enough. It didn't look right to me. Matt Ryan put up 17 points off the bench in 25 minutes. He was 4 of 6 from downtown. All that was promising. And then it went away. Dyson finished with 9 points in 21 minutes, 5 from the field. And then, like we said, you slash to the Denver McNuggets. Man, them guys, the Joker, a triple-double, 35 points, 12 assists, and 14 rebounds. Guys cutting to the basket, getting their easy alley-oops and layups.
Yeah,
Damn thing. It was just like,
that
man,
kills me. That
it's.
kills me.
I mean, they're doing the same. They're running the same stuff. Joker
I,
standing up there with
I'm
guys.
trying to figure that one out, man. I'm sorry. That kills me how other teams just be getting layups and dunks, and they easy, non-contested.
For real. I'm like, man, come on. DC, talk to me, brother. What you think?
Man, I'm thinking a lot. Mostly, I guess we're disappointed in the loss, but really, no hopium. But I do like what I saw from my shooters, and I'm looking at this thinking about Trey Murphy coming back whenever CJ will return. How would Jose Alvarado fit in the mix? But if you can have, man, Jordan Hawkins gives us 31 points on 19 shots. His 7 3-pointers out of 14, 4 from 5 from free throw line probably is his one lone mistake, because even his turnover, it was a good pass to Larry, just kind of one of them plays. Like he played a perfect game, man. Nobody could have did a better stand-in than this for CJ McCullough than what he did. Obviously, player of the game, led the team in scoring. And then on the flip side, you got a guy like Matt Ryan comes out and gives you 17 points, man, on 8 shots. Hits 4 3-pointers. I think he hit his first 2 or 3 back to back. Gets fouled, gets a 4-point play. Only 1 assist. No turnovers, though. They play clean ball, man. And really encouraged by that. Like what I saw from Dice. He was out there giving a lot of energy and effort, and slowly but surely, man, working his way up to almost getting about 10 points a game. Every time I look at the stat line, he's got about 9, 11, 10, somewhere around there. Did have some turnovers. Always getting you a block or a steal. He had a block and a steal tonight. Assists, couple of rebounds. So I think our guys, man, we're going to have a very formidable bench with these guys, man. Hawk is making it to where he's going to have to be in the rotation. So is Matt Ryan. You just heard me give Dice his props, and then you got Trey Murphy gonna come in the mix, man, and Jose. That's crazy. So enough of that. That's the part of me that made me a little happy thinking about Pels' future. But in the present day tonight, man, it's demoralizing. It's just the extreme highs and the extreme lows. Like the Pels played so great in the first half. BI played so really good in the first half, man, and he ends the game with 22 points on 10 for 22. Couldn't hit a 3-pointer. Only 2 rebounds. So coach said that he made everybody look at the rebounds that they had last game, right? And you need to remember the rebounds you had and make sure you do better than that the next game. I'm willing to go out on a limb and look at BI's rebounds, and pretty sure he had more than 2 rebounds in the Atlanta game. I wasn't here with you all, but I did check that out. Pretty sure he had more than 2. So to see him get 2 tonight, a little disheartening. Did get 5 assists and the 5 turnovers, man. Just lackadaisical, bad basketball in the second half, man. He plays within the team construct. Looks really great first half, and then second half we go to hero ball, man. Zion kind of had a similar thing going on, even though I thought he played well within the game, and realizing he didn't have it going tonight, kind of tried to pick his spots, but he did get 10 rebounds. That magical 10th assist escaped him to have his have a triple-double for the first time. 2 steals, no blocks, no turnovers for Zion. And he basically was, moonlighting as a point guard tonight. But, man, you have a game where you got 2 guys and your shooters play this good, and it just seems like we couldn't get much of anything from anybody else other than Dyson Daniels. Got Herb and Big V combining for 10 points. At least Big V got on the boards. He did get in foul trouble, so can't be too hard on Big V, man. His rhythm was broken in and out of the game at weird times because of the fouls. Only had 24 minutes, but I'm noticing a pattern, though, with Herb, man. Herb was playing pretty good without BI, but now that BI's back, it's like Herb offensively, his game is taking a regression. So, man, we got some things to figure out. I don't think it's any cause for panic, but statistically, man, 3 guys that stood out to me is obviously Hawk, Matt Ryan, and Dyson Daniels, to be honest. Our starting lineup, superstar guys just didn't get it done for me. Zion was close, kind of had an off night, but just the energy and intensity and effort, he just didn't have enough of that for me, man. That was kind of disappointing. So going into this next game, man, I just want to see them Do what, Lex? What you say they got to do? What they got to play with?
Play with the edge, man.
Yeah. I want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to play that song for him, get him hype. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I like
definitely.
that too. That's nice, baby. But
Thanks.
yeah, man, the Pels they gotta play like they wanted. They did first half, and then second half, man, we just turned into the Alvin Gentry dumpster fire for some reason.
Don't bring that dude name up here, DCF.
I mean, that's what they play like, Big Q.
Look, you had us, and then you mentioned that name. Be like, dang.
Man,
That's how it looks. That's every time I watch the third quarter, that's what I think of. It just remind me of the that's all, folks. It's a dumpster fire season every time I see our third quarter.
I can't believe you said that.
Man, hey, blame the Pels, bro. Looney said Alvin who?
No. All right. Before we jump, Lexxah, you got a quick word to say before we move on to the Minnesota game?
Oh yeah. I think I'm just gonna focus on Jayhawk. Kudos to him. He's a rookie stepping in. He definitely stepped up. Oh, and I'll mention Matt Ryan. They definitely stepped up because the 3-point shooting was it wasn't, they weren't knocking down shots, but now we're starting to see them knock down shots. But now as a whole, and really on the defensive end, really just as a whole on both ends of the floor, man, we got to play with more conviction. Just more energy, more effort. I know Zion almost had a triple-double, but, definitely just, because Zion, when he plays with his motor, like that really does something, similar to Jose. Obviously, that's Jose's game, but, when Zion plays with that motor, he has the ability to just, it's contagious. But we just didn't have contagious energy. I know when we came out in the second half, started off with 3 turnovers, man. That ain't no way to get energy up and going starting the half. But just playing hungry, playing with heart, playing with conviction and energy and effort, like all those things, that's what this team is lacking. Like, it's like we can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have those things that stats cannot measure, it really doesn't mean a whole lot. We saw it with Jayhawk, obviously. But yeah, you gotta play with something, man. Like, gotta play with something. That's all I got.
Got to play with an edge. That's what I think that's what you're missing.
Yeah. There you go. There you go, man.
Put the blame there. You got to play with an edge. God damn it. All right, let's move on to the next. Man, let's move on to this Minnesota game. Family, listen, the Timberwolves at home. They undefeated at home. They playing really well at home.
Yeah.
It's a tough team. They got Ant-Man. He averaging over 26 points a game. They got big garbage ass Rudy Gobert, but he's averaging 12.4 a game for them, and he's still a handful in terms of his defense around the rim. And Conley's healthy, so man, this is going to be another tough game. The Pelicans have to break that 2-game slide. Minnesota looking pretty good. DC, I'm gonna come to you first on this about this Minnesota game. I know you love Ant-Man, bro. You always big up in Ant-Man. Karl Anthony Towns is healthy. They have they got some players off the bench. I know you like Nas Reed. They did bring in NAW. He's there as well. Kyle Anderson is one of those guys. This is a hustle player that does the dirty work. They got several other interesting players like McDaniels and others. So first and foremost, before we talk about that, I want you to touch on the Minnesota matchup, and talk about, do you think the Pelicans are kind of missing CJ right now? You thinking that by be? Let me just throw that in there, man.
No. Obviously not having CJ definitely impacts the team in a way, but even with CJ, we still was dropping third quarters and coming out flat in the second half. So I don't think it's that simple. I think it's a whole team thing. I think this even goes to the coaches, in my opinion. I don't think we're adjusting well
Mm-mm.
in the second half to whatever the team is doing different, because they come out and it's like we're stopping you, and then you come out in the third quarter and it's like we can't stop anything anymore. So they've obviously, switched their philosophy and went to some new things that they, I guess, maybe talked over at halftime and see work on us. Or maybe they already knew and they would just wait until the third quarter to implement them because we don't come out and play with the right type of energy and everything. So um I don't think it's CJ. But moving on to the Minnesota matchup though, man. This is a tough team for us playing Minnesota, man. We had some tough battles with them. Even Rudy Gobert, when he was with Utah too, was always something with these guys. And they Nas Reed is always a handful playing against him. They got an NAW over there who's gonna want to show out, and try to show us we shouldn't have never let him go. They got slow mo, Kyle Anderson, Shake Milton, and then you got the usual suspects as the starters. Jason Dames got the big fat contract, so I'll try to live up to that. Got our work cut out for this game, but if we can go and do what we did in Denver in the first half, I mean, this will be a piece of cake if we can play like that. But we can't seem to play that way consistently. So I think the Pels need to go out there and play with their edge. You know what I'm saying? Have some energy and effort and really turn what defense to offense, man. We need to play with that mentality that we had, along with getting our shots to drop, man. Just play hungry, chase those boards. It starts with Bi. I want to see more energy and effort with him on the boards. He's 6'8", 6'9", man. He can't have two boards, man. We having trouble rebounding. I thought a lot of our trouble rebounding was like, oh, Bi ain't out there. So yeah, we kind of smaller, and he come back doing that. It's a little disappointing to me, but I definitely think the Pels get this game though, because talent wise, Minnesota's a good team, but they're not on our level. We just need to focus in on stopping Ant-Man. I think Herb can do that, slow him down enough for us to go ahead and take this game. Karl Anthony Towns obviously is a handful as well, but for some reason, man, he just always does some dumb shit playing against us. He fouls out, gets technicals. I don't know what it is. I'm not really scared of him, but Ant-Man, yeah, he always lighten it up, especially against the Pels. So we need to lock in on him, man. Just play with energy, effort, intensity, and get on them boards, turn defense to offense, and I think we'll win this game.
Yeah, that's man, let me tell you something, bro. Nas Reed's there, and you said levels here, DC. You said levels. They're not on our level.
They're not.
Yeah, that was. Oh, is it? Am I?
Go ahead, Lex.
Oh, okay. uh, uh, right now, at this very moment, we're not on Minnesota's level. There is one thing I want to say. Minnesota just beat the only other team that was undefeated in the Celtics, and when the Nuggets were undefeated, they beat them. So they're the only team who has beaten the Celtics and the Nuggets, which are at the top of each of the conferences. I just wanted to point that out.
Well, Lex, let me ask you this:
Okay.
let me ask you this: was wins over both teams in their building?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to know.
Yeah, they were.
And where's this playing this team at?
They're playing in Minnesota.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Proceed.
So I'm just looking at what's going on, and the Celtics and the Nuggets are playing very well. So they're really just playing flawless basketball, as collectively throughout 4 quarters. But yeah, again, I mean, this is what I've been saying with all the games. They need to come out with a lot of energy, like they want it. The Pels gotta come out playing with the edge, man. I mean, like literally, they just do. I mean, that's what this all comes down to. It's just not there. I don't. It doesn't even matter what else they do if they don't come out with some energy, with some effort, playing both ends of the floor. Playing just at a high level and great chemistry. Obviously, the chemistry's up and down, but it's like stop playing with hesitancy. You know, we know everybody should know by now the personnel of this team, the strengths and weaknesses. And I just don't think like it's just got to be put all together. Got to hit the boards more. I mean, they have 7-footers and Gobert and Carl Anthony Towns, and then Nas Reed is as much we call their front court, especially with Towns and Gobert, kind of soft. Those guys are 7-footers. And they do hit the boards. They're already up there. So we gotta make extra effort, extra opportunities to get those boards. But really, I mean, the biggest thing is once halftime comes, I don't care if they have played the first half great. The thing is that the coaching staff and the players need to know that the opponent team, if they're down in the first half, they're going to make adjustments. They're not going to come out the same. Okay, the Pels did this to us, so what do we need to do to them? When we come out that locker room, you need to understand you need to have a counter to that, a counter punch. You got to have a counter punch. You can't just think, hey, let's come out, let's do the same thing. No, they're going to make adjustments. You got to make adjustments to the adjustments in a positive way, trending upward. You can't just come out lackadaisical. You're not loose. You're tight. The spacing's awful. You forget how to make a basic bounce pass or whatever. I mean, it's just you can't come out start the half with the turnover. Like we can't you can't do that. Like I mean, it's nothing. It's no different than a playoff atmosphere. You got to be able to make adjustments, and we've said that about the coaching staff with as far as with Willie being able to make adjustments. And I'm gonna be honest, I think it's a collective thing. I know we can easily say the players, but I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I'm not even seeing what the plan was. What was the plan? What was the first play? Like, what are we doing? Like, it's confusing. And then once that turnover or bad pass or horrible shot or I don't know, the shot clock runs out. It's like it's contagious. It's contagious negative energy, and it affects the whole second half. So we got to figure out just to carry that energy over, but make those adjustments and up the level of intensity instead of being stagnant or dropping in that intensity.
Yes,
Well said. Well said.
so let's cover that. So how y'all guys mentioned a lot of great points there. So do you guys think the Pelicans get the win? I'm gonna get a call, DC Lex. What y'all think? Do the Pelicans get the win up there? Now you mentioned how good this team is at home. They undefeated. They play real cold basketball. And the Pelicans kind of playing this 50-50 ball type stuff, man, where they play really good, but they can't finish the games.
I,
Go ahead, DC.
I think the Pels get the win due to the fact that I don't think we're going to see continuous games. Well, Zion and BI look like they look tonight. But on the flip side, I've seen enough from our bench and the role players we have to think we can get enough to be able to do this, man. But there's a lot of things we got to cross off a checklist. I mean, you got to get Herb involved offensively somewhat. You got to utilize Jonas. We didn't do that at all this game. But the matchup indicator ain't giving us a shot in hell. Look like damn near
Well,
72%.
those
But
games against the Celtics and the Nuggets at home, I mean,
yeah,
it makes sense. I totally get it. I'm not upset about the indicator or predict.
no, I'm not upset, but I'm just saying we're saying we ain't got no shot. But we definitely got to handle our business, man. Or we not gonna win. So that's just the bottom line. But I'm gonna step out on them. I just feel like they're gonna win. But if anybody say they're gonna lose, I get it. Trust me.
Optimism. I really do want them to win, but I'm trying to figure out, will they break out of this rut? Because really, this is the Pelicans against an opponent team, and against the officiating. I mean, we got 3 things against us right now. And there's no reason why the Pelicans should be against the Pelicans, but, they are. But I don't know.
Be honest.
I am being honest, because the thing is, I'm trying to be optimistic, man, because at some point in time, they got to break out of this. But it's the win part, WHEN. It's when are they going to break out of it?
It's the mental side of it, and I just think that's the hardest thing to gauge, because, like you say, you don't know if their mentality in those second halves were right. Then you're like, oh man, the shots eventually gonna fall or whatever. They doing the right things, but it's all internal. So who knows?
True, internal and external. Like, shoot, I just need these guys to, like, I mean, man, treat it like somebody went and smacked your mama, or or spit in your face or something. I don't know. Like, they just need something, because it seems like, just playing the game of basketball that they love is not enough. I'm gonna have to pass on this one. look, I feel like UDC, because you always say, shoot, like with Memphis, like they the little brother. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And in this kind of sense, Minnesota should be a little brother, but I don't know, man. Just throw up a
We're
coin.
not quite ourselves right now, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're just hurting ourselves. I mean, you really can't even get into the officiating or anything like that. You can't even blame them, really, with all this stuff, because it's like, y'all ain't doing enough. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing enough. Yeah, just flip a coin for me, man. Just flip a coin.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say a no on that myself.
Yeah, well, I already know where you was leaning.
Yeah, I know, DC. You got to balance the table. I understand, brother.
Yeah.
But this is I just I gotta you know me, DC. I gotta hit the button, man. This will tell you everything you need to know right here. You know what that mean, right? You know what that mean? That mean y'all know what that mean, man. I hit that button on the Saints stuff all the time, man. It's the same damn thing. When you hit that, you got to show me, man. I mean, because the Pelicans, man, the Pelicans got to show me, bro. I mean, this 50-50 ball stuff where, I mean, they were tearing this team up in the first half, tearing them up. And then they come out and just flip flop, and just.
I mean, they just gave it away, man. It was
That's
like,
what I'm
damn.
saying.
And they gave it happened so fast.
Well, because there
Like,
was
it's like,
it's everything they did worked, Lex. It just it's like a layup line. Like,
yeah.
what the hell going on?
But it's like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out, like, it was like 1 minute they were up 20, and then the next minute they were down.
What they
It was
scored 5
game.
points. They scored 5 points. the first, I think, 8 minutes of the third quarter, they only scored 5 points. And then they didn't stop anything.
That was a 40-point quarter.
Yeah,
That was
it
the
was a
same amount of
20-point
points
swing.
that they had, that the Warriors had in the third quarter against them. It was 41. And in this game, it was 40 points. It would, and that's why I said there was a lot of similarities. Like, is that 40-point third quarter for the opponent team? Like, I hope that's not going to be a consistent thing. I mean, I just hope it's not.
Early on, it appears though. I mean, and it's not like it's a bouncing or it's a roving quarter or it's a bouncing quarter. They turn it crap in the third quarter. I mean,
Number
like
3.
Yeah, that quarter is like poison to them. I don't know what's going on in their heads, but it's like I know the coaching staff got it. Is putting emphasis on them having a better performance in that third quarter. Them people, they basically neutralized that second quarter. Them people came out and scored 40 plus points, and they scored 70 plus points in the second half to completely rout the Pelicans.
Yeah.
And then the way it happened, it's a psychological thing here. It's like it's weird. It's a psychological thing. Even though like Zion almost had a triple double, but it wasn't a dominant performance by Zion. I mean, if you understand what I'm hitting at, it's like you seen Hawkins, you seen Matt Ryan, those guys got it going. The shooters was shooting. That's what you call for. I mean, you know with CJ McCollum, even though he don't give you a lot of defense, he tried. And even though but his offensive performance was made up more than enough by our shooters, Matt Ryan and Hawk. So I mean, that edge wasn't there, and it was just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. It's a psychological edge to this thing that's really telling. But it flip like that, and then they just go to hell in handbasket, and then you can watch the body language, and then you see Zion get up on the podium and have these old milk toast, depressed looking ass press conferences. Like I just, it's just something.
Well, I
something's
don't
not
think we want them to be happy.
I want
Smiling.
the thing is,
That would really make me mad. Like,
Well,
you should be angry, man.
Yeah.
angry, be angry. Like, hey, man, we gonna come out. We gonna do this. We gonna do that.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
want
there you go.
dead ass shit up here. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just the wrong energy. Almost like they expecting.
Is there a disconnect between maybe what they're being told to do and what they're actually doing, and maybe that's why they have this lack of energy?
Or you could be touching on something decent when you made mention of the fact when they brought BI back into the starting lineup from being hurt, and Herb was cooking. He was doing his thing, and his offensive game suffered. Hell, he only had three shot attempts tonight. So I mean, and he was no kind of way in any rhythm. He played some good defense, but his offensive game was not there. But outside of everything else, I mean, like I talked about, Jayhawk gave you all these points. Your boy Matt Ryan gave you some scoring there, and the first half, it's just ridiculous. I can't figure out how the table turned over, how it flipped over like that. The Pelicans didn't provide no resistance to that happen, and they know that they need to focus extra hard on the third quarter because they are prone to collapses in the third. And I don't just talk about losing leads. I mean, they have freaking collapses. They collapse in the third, man. They collapse. That was the people. I can't get over the fact that they scored 40-something points on the Pelicans in that third quarter. Just ran them out of the building.
Alone.
Right. 40 plus points on the Pelicans in the building. And it wasn't just they went cold offensively or whatever. That defense was awful, man. These guys getting these shots, these getting wide open shots, guys rim running. They acting like they can't defend what the Nuggets are doing. They doing the same shit from opposite sides of the court at times. Big man will just go to the right here. I mean, it's just they doing the same stuff. And they just get, I don't know what to do. I can't defend the fact that you see these guys cutting toward the basket. We can't stop that. And it's just ridiculous, man. So I don't know what they got to do. They got a lot of games to get this straight, but Minnesota ain't gonna play no games with them. Minnesota can smack the piss out of them.
Man, they just beat the Celtics. They just beat the Celtics.
See, this might be, you know what though, let's come to think about it, even though I'm picking them to lose this game, they might go up there and actually sneak out a win against Minnesota, because Minnesota
They
might
may.
like they feeling like, hey man, it's the Pelicans coming. These people they struggling, they beating themselves. They can't get out of their own way right now. So I
Yeah.
mean, anything happens in the NBA. But go ahead, what you was gonna say?
Oh no, I was just agreeing with you. I mean, that could very well happen. It just, with these they're just showing so much consistency in these woes that, it's kind of hard to be like, yeah, they're gonna switch it up. They're gonna come out and do what they're supposed to be doing, and because I don't want to be misled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to be screaming and hollering in front of my television in the first half and the second half. I'm like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Real,
yeah,
man.
I just, I ain't trying to throw nothing in my television.
Man, yeah, it's like, yeah, the Pelicans looking good, man. We're doing this, and then in the back of your mind, the third quarter is the
Here it come.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't.
I wonder what's being said at halftime, man. Like,
They got
what is
Just keep doing what you're doing. That's
no.
what's being said.
No,
That's the results we
I mean,
get.
look, somebody needs to go around to everybody and just smack them. It's an insult to smack a man, for another man to smack a man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Maybe that'll help. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But golly, man, they got to do something. They gotta do something.
I mean, to me, it's on coaching, because if I continue to have that, I'd do something dramatic. Like one of the quarters, I would start the bench guys at the beginning of the quarter. Just do something to like shock them. Like what the hell is coach doing? Like that would spark. That I think spark them a little bit. Do something out of the norm.
There is something that I noticed though. In that third quarter, and the Suns did this as well with Devin Booker, when they were down against the Pels, they left Jokic out there and he played basically the whole third quarter. Did you all notice that? They did something uncharacteristic. They broke routine. And they did that same thing when Devin Booker had that. Did he have like 60 something odd points against us in that game? Or
55.
something ridiculous? 55?
55,
Okay,
yeah.
55 points. Devin Booker was left in there. He was never taken out. And see,
Well, I mean, they left Hawk in, Lex.
no, okay, all right. Come on, DC. Don't, nah, we ain't doing that, man. But you see what I'm saying? They did something uncharacteristic. They made a calculated risk, and that's something that Willie he doesn't do that. He stays like, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it this way. He doesn't want to break routine.
Right.
He doesn't want to break routine. And that's something like, even in the playoffs, that can kill you. You have to be able to break your routine. You know what? We're going to try something different. We're going to try something totally left field. I mean, and I don't know exactly what that is, but they left Jokic up in there. They left him up in there. Like, nah, we going to cut this lead down. And then guess what? In the fourth quarter, he sat down, and it's like the bench just took over. Once they caught up, they set him down. He sat mostly the fourth quarter. You didn't even see him. Right. I was like, dang, B.I.'s out there. Zion's out there. Like, Jokic ain't even out there for most of that fourth quarter. I mean, he was resting. They brought him in like 5-minute mark or something like that. Maybe in the 4-minute mark. He finished the game.
If I remember correctly, man, they had a segment of time, a large segment of time in the fourth quarter where they had their second team out there against the Pelicans, where all of the starters sitting there resting, and they were competing with them. So I mean, it was just, it's fascinating. But I got to believe, man, for Willie Green and the staff that he's assembled, is that there's definitely has to be an emphasis on playing better in that third quarter. They have to be. So DC, you obviously right here about it's a disconnect between the coaches and the players, and all this stuff is going, because we see it come. When I was sitting there watching the game and they had that splendid that first half was awesome. And when halftime was getting ready to go, I was like, how they gonna respond in the third? If I'm thinking like that, I know they think. I know Willie Green and the rest of his coaching staff and that team is thinking the same way. They're just not executing properly, and it's not like they losing the quarter by 5 points. They're getting blown out in these quarters, and that totally changes the game. Like when they hammered them in that third quarter, that set the tone for the rest of the game. I knew the Pelicans was gonna lose that game. I knew psychologically and consciously that game they would ultimately lose that game by how the third quarter was handled. And looking at the Pelicans' body language and how they were moving and doing their thing, I knew that they were going to end up losing that game. So I mean, if I'm feeling that way, these people that's going through it, they're watching it. It's almost like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy about to happen. It's like Pelicans is about to struggle in this damn game. They blew out the third quarter, and then they have to play from behind for the rest of the game to try to do it. That's why I was looking at Zion, and even though he had a triple-double, I was like, man, watching him, I was like, okay. And I was waiting for him to like take the damn game over like a superstar supposed to, and that didn't come. Now he did have a triple-double, but at the end of that's why I said earlier in the stream, I was like, man, that was not really it's like what I was expecting one of my stars to like take control of the team and say, listen, we about to do this, we about to run this crap, we tired of this stuff, we gonna take this game, we gonna play. None of that was being said. It was just going through the motions like it was a television show, and this is how we were supposed to end at their hands. We were supposed to go down at their hands. Nobody was fighting, nobody was upset, nobody was saying, hey man, we gotta do this. We can't allow this. I've seen none of that. I just seen all that shit just fade out, and then them just walk off and get their game day deposit money. That's pretty much how this ended up happening, in my opinion. And speaking of money, shout out to Noam, man, for the super chat, man. He says, has the coaching staff lost the players? I don't think they lost the players. Maybe the messages, definitely the message going stole. I mean, that message is definitely going cold, especially if they're responding like that in the third. Thank you, bro, for that.
I want to say thank you very much for picking me up and bringing me back to this world.
Go ahead, Lex. I know you wanted to chime in on that.
Yeah, Pels have no counterpunch. Man, it's like I'm looking at a boxing match, and it's like, yeah, we're winning the fight first half, and you get a good hit, get knocked down just a little bit, and get up, and it's like there's no more fight. They just they have no counterpunch. And then one thing I want to say is that I really admire the way other coaches. I really admire how they coach their teams. I mean, I don't know what they're doing or whatever, but it really seems like they just have their team clicking, and the Pels don't have that. I don't know. It's because if Willie Green, if he's too nice. I know he's a holy guy and everything, but I don't know. I don't know. It's like somebody's got to be mean. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's got to be mean. Somebody's got to show that, just angry mode, and I don't know. It just seems like other coaches really have their teams like, okay, look, this is what we're gonna do, and they go out there and they execute it. So I don't know if it's a combination of both, or it's just really weird. Something that I've noticed.
Yeah,
I think it's the X's and O's. That's Willie's, downfall. We got Borrego coming in.
Isn't that why we got Borrego though?
Yeah, but I mean, we're what is this? Game 7, right? We're 7 games in. So Rome wasn't built in a day. I don't expect the Pels to fully change just overnight either.
Neither was
I didn't think
neither was
it would.
Neither was it.
That's true.
That's true.
But I didn't think it would be such extreme highs and such extreme lows to start the season.
Yeah.
I can deal with losing the game where like, oh man, he hit that last shot, or the ref had this call here or there. But it's like all our losses, like we damn near getting blowed out the game. It's just like a lack of pride and just not caring. You can't continue to lose like that. Like I think that was you or Big Q said that energy becomes contagious. And it's like, then you go from expecting to win, almost expecting to lose the third quarter. Like, this is what we do.
Yeah.
You know, it's a psychological thing, and coaching players, however you want to do it, man. We need to handle our business with that. Flip it around.
DC, you just said what I said earlier in the more Rastafarian way. I appreciate you saying that, brother, because that made you. It sounded a lot better than what I said. I just wanted to say that to you. Lex.
Well, I want to say thank you very much because I don't give a shit. It's the truth. If you did say it earlier, but great minds think alike from time to time.
That's true. I'm just, that's true, brother. So it's all good, man. It's just, listen, man. I have to get my jolly some kind of way. This was a horrible game, DC. So thank you very much. Back at you. I got to get my jolly.
I don't want.
Yeah.
Only one.
I definitely had enough with the good human beings.
You're
right.
A few minutes.
My goodness, man.
We have too many good human beings.
All right. So with that being said, fam, we're gonna get ready to get out on that. Listen, hopefully not hopefully, but we're gonna have a better performance against the Minnesota Timberwolves, even though I picked the Pelicans to lose the game. But hey, it's gonna be an entertaining game. Pelicans could very well shock them and beat them. We need to do something. We on a 2-game slide. Maybe we can stop it against the Timberwolves, man. They can be beaten, man. Maybe the Pelicans can step this thing up and handle it. But that, like I said, it's a lot going on. It's not like they slacking for talent or nothing. It's like we all saying, it's all psychological to me. That's what I'm saying, man. They have the talent. It's just they got to iron out their stuff, and it's probably going to take a little longer than what we imagine it would. And that's just good enough. We just have to keep on working at that thing until it ends. And DC, Lexxah, remember, Coach Willie does operate with the doctrine of love. So,
nah, forget that love, man. It needs to be tougher.
Hey, hold on, Lexxah.
Love it needs to be tougher,
Lexxah.
man.
That's tough.
Yeah,
love.
I know, but hey, so does tough love. What type of love is it? You know what I'm saying?
It's tough.
Shoot.
Non-cursing love.
It's not.
Yeah, I understand that. I know about that world, but hey, man, yeah, man, you gotta, man, you gotta get rough. You gotta get in the trenches. You gotta grind, man.
Okay.
Like, hey, too much dealing with too much disrespect, man. It's about time for these guys, man. Like, at some point, you got to get tired of just feeling the disrespect around the league, with media and everything. Like, it's time. It's time to come out of that. It's time to come out. Just go ahead and
things
up.
Let's just go ahead and say it. End the show with it. I know what you're trying to hit it.
Play with the edge.
There you go. That's what they need to do.
It's around there somewhere.
And we all agree. I said that too.
That is definitely the case.
Being competitive don't mean nothing if you don't got the edge.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it's about, man. And we're damn sure not playing with it. Not for full 60 minutes. That's for certain. All right. So anyway, with that being said, fam, let's get ready to get out on here, man. Listen, I appreciate everybody for chiming in on this episode of the show. Hope we made you laugh and entertained you at the same time. Y'all, please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and by all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. Much love to the fam, man. Listen, man, the Pelicans will return, soon and recap the Pelicans matchup against the Timberwolves on the 8th. Got a couple of days, man, and we gonna get this dub. Even though I picked them to lose, I still think that it's possible they can. I'm just gonna let y'all know like that.
Damn.
Okay.
I know, hey, bro, I'm giving a little DC's hopium, even though he got a little bit left. We're gonna need some of that to make it through all this crazy.
I go hope in them. I said I think they're gonna win, but I wouldn't be surprised if they lose. There ain't no hope in that shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's
maybe on the T-Wolves, everybody, accidentally gets sick or something all at the same time and can't play.
We gotta do it, Lexxah.
You know what I'm saying?
the Saints, the only ones get that type of luck right now.
That's the only way we gonna gotta get sick.
Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know you're not. Nice.
I mean, I want them to beat teams at their full strength. I don't want the easy way out. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? That makes you tougher.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But all right, so fam, we're gonna get out of here, man. We'll pop back up on the 8th and recap the Pelicans matchup. We'll have some reports in between that time. And of course, y'all know about the news about CJ, man, what happened to him. Shout out to CJ, man. Hope he has a fast recovery for him to get back to the team. Jose Alvarado and others down the line, man. So we should hopefully be gaining and getting some of our guys back to kind of help us as we move forward into the season. We are definitely needing some of that oomph and that excitement that a Jose Alvarado and some of these other guys bring, man, in time, man, in time. So let's lean on the doctrine, the tough, the doctrine of Coach Willie's tough love doctrine, the 9 cursing tough love. That talks to you.
Lord, man, that man don't have to. He just has the love part.
Yeah, you see,
he don't have the tough part.
You seen Willie fussing at that referee. They put it
Okay, what?
He was fussing out.
Chicken. Hey, let me tell you something. I done seen Bobby Knight. I done seen him fuss at the referee too.
I've seen Bobby
Knight
take it a little far.
You know, God rest his
That's the
soul.
other end of the extreme now.
What?
Curse at them referees, man. Get your ass out of here. All that. He's
curse at him. He was trying to abuse him physically.
Yeah, they were.
Just cursing.
You know what? Just looking at Willie Green, man. Just looking at him arguing or whatever, he don't even look like he about to do nothing. He really doesn't.
He had to be restrained by the little dude with the gray hair that you know whoever.
Oh yeah, you know what he was telling his coaches? Hold me back, dog. Hold me back. Oh, let me at him. Let me at him. Let me at him. Hold me back though. Hold me back. Make it look like I'm really trying to get at him. Let me get at him. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
Willie from Detroit. Willie got some dog.
Hey, no
dog in him. I mean, you can't be from Detroit and play.
No.
Hell,
look, he was in the suburbs.
Oh man, you got a suburban coach. That's what's going on.
Nothing against the suburbs, because you know I'm suburbs too. But you know, I grew up with a whole bunch of siblings, so you know what I'm saying. We fought, but I don't know how many siblings he has, but I don't know, man.
He playing. It's tough, respectable love that he's playing with, Lexxah. He's going to win the team over. The team will play better. Trust me.
It ain't enough. Enough.
It's the Tony Dungy philosophy. You see, it's the Jim Caldwell philosophy. It's like they talk to you as a respectful human and not.
No, you can still do that. Just
yes, people still. That's
it's
why.
Got to be something else.
Willie does not. Willie does. He respects you.
I'm not saying that you gotta curse. No, there's other ways that you can. There's other ways, man. There's just it's a demeanor. It's an air that you have. You know what I'm saying?
You don't like his air?
I mean, it's so.
Is it weak?
It's so non-confrontational. You know, like look, having like for instance, when we get on Friday when we have those arguments, you know what I'm saying? And we feel certain ways about different things. Arguments are not necessarily bad, but you do argue. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't seem like he has that argumentative type attitude about him. I don't know. It's just kind of laid back and cool and, you know, no, we're going to handle this nicely. I disagree with you, Mr. Ref, but you know what? I know you're trying, and just remember to try to make that call, you know, on our end too. No, I'm not trying to do all that. I'm not trying to do all that. You need to make that call, dog. Come on. I know you saw that. I know you saw that. Excuse me? No, come on over here so I can talk to you. No, I want to talk to you. No, I want to get a little bit closer to you. No, I got a problem. I got a problem with that call, man. Be like, look, you need to calm down. No, you need to calm down and make the call on both ends of the floor.
I would actually like him to see Willie do that, man. I
don't think that's Willie's style, man.
Exactly. See,
Willie will calling people up from the D and they'll meet the referees outside the game. I don't know. We want to go that far.
But see, I didn't even curse or anything. You know what I'm saying? But it's how it's the tone, the delivery. Like
Right.
it tells like, hey man, you need to start calling this. Hey man, we gonna have a problem. Yeah, in the back.
Hey,
Me and you are gonna go at it. Something,
Hey.
something.
family, we got a physical therapist and James
Man.
Borrego. James Borrego is gonna do that part, and the physical therapist is gonna fix all the injuries.
Come on, DC.
I don't
James
know.
Borrego can holler at the
Hey,
roughs.
you know
Willie ain't
what?
gonna do it.
The physical therapist is starting to look like last year's physical therapist. Oh, we didn't have one.
You
I'm
didn't have one.
sorry. Okay, like it's like, come on, guys, come on. You know,
But nah, I've given up on that, Lex. I've come to the realization that I
I
think
don't.
one of the we gotta have a player that kind of bring that out, because Willie he's not gonna do that. He
Yeah, I
don't
know.
have that emotional intelligence like a Greg Popovich to know, like,
Yeah.
look, sometimes it's better to just get
And
ejected
Popovich is what,
out of
80
the
years
game.
old?
But he doesn't.
Yeah, but he understands people though. So it's
Yeah.
and how to push buttons. So sometimes, okay, I'm not gonna finish the game. So what? If I get ejected, that might cause us to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Show
Willie
my
getting
guys I
ejected. I
really
don't
got
even
their
think that
back.
makes changes.
He did it one time.
Yeah, but did
I
it?
think
We still lost that game.
Yeah, I think we still.
Why he didn't do
Yeah,
it?
we did.
He got thrown out the game that time.
Yeah,
That time
that was on that 10-game losing streak.
That was when they did something to Zion, I think.
No,
They
that was
fouled Zion really hard.
that was
And
Jose
he
Alvarado.
went crazy.
No,
That was
that was
Jose over Jose.
Jose Alvarado. When Jose
Okay.
slammed the ball down, slammed the ball, bounced the ball hard, and they teed Jose up, Willie went off because they were calling the game differently because Jose did something and the other guy did the same thing Jose did, and they didn't call it fairly. And when he teed Jose up for slamming the ball, being frustrated because they didn't call it correctly, that's when Willie went off. And that's when you seen him pointing at the referee. He had to be, pushed off the court, and they threw him out of the game.
I mean, he got to do that multiple times, man. The team got to think Willie a little crazy. He got to.
They don't.
instill
He's
that-
not crazy.
No. I mean, like, man, y'all see how Coach Willie used to do all that. Like, he done lost it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they need to see him fighting for them to have that same type of intensity. Because just like we sitting up here talking about it, we all know coaches serve a major purpose in being the actual model of the team. Like, the team is going to follow the coach's temperament. It's always been that way, and it will always be that way.
Indeed, and that's so true, DC.
Lexxah said no.
That's true. The head coach is.
You are contrarian to your heart.
No, I was saying no. Tremont said bring Garrett Temple back.
Oh, my bad. My
I'm
bad.
like, no, no, that's not the answer.
Hey, I don't know.
Look,
The suits might help.
As much as I don't like this guy's shoe, Bill Lamb Beer. Okay,
You want to get him?
Maybe some Dennis Rodman. There's something wrong with them.
Lexxah, we're gonna
really
lead the league in fouls if we get them. Lexxah.
But you know what though? It's like, oh shoot, you better think about that call before you make it, ref. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it might scare the boots out the team and be like, y'all better play, man. Shoot, I'm trying to get a paycheck. I'm trying to get a raise. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Yeah, that's good. They don't have
just
player
intimidation.
Well, Najee is there, so I mean, I was about to say
they ain't the dude.
No,
that's our enforcer, huh?
Well, in today's game, look, they don't have those type of those type of they just don't have those type of players in today's game. They don't. But you said crazy though, and you said Willie's from Detroit. I think of the bad boys when I think of Detroit. So
right. I think Willie got it in there somewhere. It's just
he do
that it's repressed, Lex.
Right.
Well,
you got to watch out for them quiet ones now.
He needs to take those regress feelings and just air them out.
He will.
Helmet said, "What about Meta World Peace?"
Yeah, there you go.
Oh Lord.
No.
Pelican fan.
Ja's trying to get after the league. We don't need that. We gotta have guys on the court already dealing with injuries.
All right, fam. Let's get ready to roll out of here, man. We're gonna see what happens this upcoming matchup, man. But we had a lot of fun tonight. Sorry for the lost family. We'll return in happier circumstances.
Is that a national game? Televised
Wait, hold
game?
up. How we gonna return for happier circumstances? You said we were gonna lose.
we
We gonna be sad again next show.
Be like,
Oh,
you
DC.
need to make a decision, Big Q, man.
Stop lying to the people, bro.
Lead it all.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Since we being honest right now.
Look, I said I'd flip a coin, man. Cause that's as honest as I can be.
Y'all, Lex.
I said we was gonna win. Q said we was gonna lose, Lex.
Yes.
I know, and I said,
well, why you lying to people talking about hopefully we'll be back at happier circumstances? Now y'all see where the hopium went. He's sitting on a mountain of it.
I still got a little left to give everybody, so we gonna kind of on that, man. We got no choice. We got no choice. I
hope away, brother.
I just think they're gonna lose based on what I'm seeing. I hit the button. It says show me.
Well, you hit a little hopium after you said they was gonna lose. That's what you hit.
Y'all talking me closer to the other side. So hopefully we can be able to get on there and get that dub, man. But for right now, I'm kind of feeling that way about them right now, man. And we'll see, man. We'll see. So anyway, with that, fam, we're gonna get out on that. Listen, I appreciate all y'all staying up late with us. Much love to y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Listen, we'll see you on the flip side. Much love, and go Pelicans.
Go Pels.
Go Pels.
Show us the edge. The chip on the shoulders, the fight and the passion that comes from within. Whoa. Try to win on every level. Yeah. Expectations high. Gotta show them you can fly. Play harder, better, smarter. Baby, put the league on notice. Show me the edge. Play with the edge. Show me the edge. Play with the edge. Show me the edge. Show me the edge. Yeah. Whoa, and see the walk of shame enough. Wanna see the walk of winning time to come up and bring out the alpha. Don't every play, every possession. How bad you want it, love you want it all. This ain't a blood of love, built for something greater. Attacking all obstacles, coming for the ring, my precious. You got to do the will, the heart, the fire. Show them the proof, show them the it shall be done. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network. For all things Pelicans.
That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport